Good morning, and welcome to Deep Energy, sometimes daily affirmations. How's everybody doing out there? Hope everybody is well. Please like and subscribe, hit the bell, hit the buttons, hit the hearts. All of those things make it easier for other people to find the videos. So thank you. Today is September 15th, 2024. And it is a beautiful day here in New Hampshire. A little chilly, but it is. It's going to be probably close to 80 today in the afternoon, so should be a nice day. Might get the lawn mowed. Who knows? I'm going to repeat today's. I'm listening to the birds. Let's take a deep breath and relax for a second, shall we? I'm going to repeat today's Deep Energy Daily Affirmation a couple times. What a long, strange trip it's been. What a long, strange trip it's been. What a long, strange trip it's been. That is, of course, from the Grateful Dead song Truckin', and was written by the great late Robert Hunter. I do consider myself a deadhead, by the way. And the reason I'm bringing that up today is because if there was ever a line that resonated in my life on this day, that is the line. Because today I turned 60. It was 60 years ago today that I was born in Revere, Massachusetts. Revere. At the Grover Manor Hospital, which is no longer there. I was born in Revere. I grew up in Everett, Mass. And then bounced around different places around Boston. Actually lived in Boston for a while, behind the Prudential Center for a couple of years. And then took the big leap and moved to a tiny little town in New Hampshire. Then into Vermont for a while, and then where I live now, my house here in New Hampshire. If you had ever told me when I was younger, because I was a 100% city guy, loved going into Boston, loved the big city, loved all the noise and everything. And if you had told me, so many years from now, you're going to be living in the middle of the woods, where your nearest neighbor is a football field away, and you're going to be a landowner, you're going to have land, I would have thought you were out of your mind. I would just always assumed I would be living in apartments for the rest of my life, or maybe a condo somewhere, and having a conventional job. And I definitely do not have a conventional job, and yeah. So, what a long, strange trip it's been. I don't think you can ever, map out your future. Say, like, when you're 20 years old. 40 years from now, you're going to be doing this. Because literally, like I said, I would have told you, if you had told me at 20 years old, when you're 40, you're going to be living in a house in a tiny, tiny town. I've lived in apartment buildings that have more people that live in this town. Let's put it that way. There's only about 500 people live in this town. And it's a beautiful, wonderful place to live, for sure. I wouldn't change it for the world. I could never. I don't think I could ever live in the city again. What a long, strange trip it's been. Not going to lie, I've been struggling a lot with the number 60. It's you come to that point where you realize, well, more than half my life is over. More than I've done all of these things. How many more years am I going to be lucid and able to do things? 30, 40, maybe. But 30 is probably, the right amount. And I try to think back and go, when I was 30, where was I? And I think about all the things that have happened between the ages of 30 and 60 for me. And sometimes that's a little daunting. Sometimes it's like, good Jesus, you've done a lot. You've met a lot of people and you've done a lot of things. And those are the good things to think of. But yeah, it's 60, I think, is one of those ages where mortality is really creeping up on you. And I don't know. Excuse me. I didn't start drinking coffee until after I was 30, so there's something. I didn't meet my wife until I was after 30. So I'm not really sure what the point of this one is. But it's not bad to look back on the things that you've done. And this, and I look back and I've done all these things. They're not, none of them are world-altering things. Just the things in my universe, in my world. And if you had told me 20 years from now I'd be speaking into my phone, talking to people I don't know, I would have told you you're out of my mind, out of your mind, out of everybody's mind. I'm super introverted, unbelievably introverted. It takes me a real long time to warm up to people. I have very few close friends, and I'm very happy about that. And in my old age, I've sort of turned into a homebody, and I just enjoy my space at home more than I do pretty much any place else. Hope you can hear all this. This is just amazing bird stuff going on. Like I said before, it gets really wild at like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Birds are just like whatever the birds do. So anyway, I guess just cherish the moments, and there's nothing wrong with saying it's been a wild ride, and it has for me, absolutely. What a long, strange trip it's been literally describes the first 60 years of my life. And I hope it describes the next 20, 30 years too, because I think that's a good way to live. So, and it makes me smile. So, yeah. All right. You guys know I have a podcast, Deep Energy. Check it out. I'm watching the birds up here. And please always remember, the world needs you, cherishes you, and loves you. The world wants you to see you hit 60 and longer. If you ever have any doubts, check out the notes in my show notes. Set you the right way. Get you to talk to somebody who knows how to talk about those things. So, because we all love you, and we all want you to stay. All right. So for my birthday, what am I doing today? I am marinating some steak tips to throw on the grill later. Going down to the Keene Pride, which is in Keene, New Hampshire, which is a little bit from where I live. And I'm going to hang out there for a while. And then probably going to come home and watch football. Hang out with the wife. And that sounds pretty good. All right. Everybody take care. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.